It's pretty much the end of the world. All the signs are there. Some people are excited about the apocalypse. They're like, woohoo! They believe they're going to heaven. But not everyone is going to heaven. Did you know? Outside the pearly gates, there's a sign with hand-painted black lettering on a white background. No Jews allowed. That's right. It's completely upfront anti-Semitism. No Jews are allowed in heaven. And that's true for Muslims and Buddhists too. They used to let Buddhists into heaven, but they changed the rule because Buddhists talk too much. If you have a Buddhist roommate, all eternity long, all they want to talk about is nothingness, suffering, and indie bands. Muslims have their own separate heaven, and Jews can't get in there either, and Christians can't get in. And so the Muslims have their own exclusive heaven, and Christians have their own. Every other month, they meet on a neutral cloud and play volleyball. Jews have no place. When a Jew dies, that's it. They're finished. No reincarnation, no heaven, no hell. They're done. When a Christian is on his deathbed, he's thinking, Lord, I'm ready to go to heaven. When a Jew is on his deathbed, he's saying, enough already. Or he might say, well, what's the rush? I might as well have lunch. The Bible clearly foretells the end of the world and describes signs that alert us that the end is near. Matthew 24:7. And there shall be famine. Look around you. Aren't you surrounded by people who are hungry? If I offered you free pizza, most of you would take a slice because you're famished. A few people might turn it down on account of the gluten. Here's another sign of the end of the world from Thespians 12:4. There will be wars and rumors of wars. I mean, that pretty much covers it. It's like saying, there will be earthquakes and times without earthquakes when the end is near. The other day, I heard a rumor of a war, and it's so secret that you have to promise you won't tell anyone. No one knows that we have American combat troops in Afghanistan fighting a war. Well, it's a rumor of a war. I don't know which came first, the chicken or the egg. It's sort of a biased question, because when you say it, you say chicken first. So people are most likely to think the chicken came first. But it's still a controversial question. I think it was Aristotle who first posed it. And it came to him in kind of an unusual circumstance. He had gone out for breakfast one morning, and he orders 2 eggs, sunny side up. But he was really hungry, so he also orders a grilled chicken breast. Aristotle, being the inquisitive philosopher that he is, asks the waiter, "Which one will come first, the chicken or the eggs?" And then, before the waiter can answer, Aristotle interjects, and he says, "Never mind about the chicken and the eggs. I'll have pancakes." I'd like to end my time by focusing on something positive. I mentioned before that it's the end of the world, and it's true. Scientists say this is humanity's last century. The good news is we just need to get 60 people on Mars, and then, theoretically, humanity could reproduce and grow on Mars. Now, I'm all for gay rights, but these colonists need to be fucking for babies. They have a solemn duty to procreate. They might have laws. No blowjobs, no hand jobs, no fucking in the ass, no titty fucking. Of course, you'd need lawyers to work it all out. And no jacking off either. And then some colonists say, "What? No jacking off? We refuse to follow that law." And then another group protests and says, "We, the ass fuckers, demand equal rights with the jack-offs." And the Mars colony plunges into a civil war. But then a brave man steps forward named Lincoln. And he says, "Stop your fighting, please. Everyone, settle down now." And everyone stopped fighting, and they gathered at the base of the Gale crater to hear what this wise man had to say. For those of you who don't know your Martian geography, the Gale crater is in the northern foothills of the vast Deference Plain. It's a historic landmark known throughout the galaxy in some future timeline. On that auspicious occasion, the colonists stood in their spacesuits and watched as Lincoln calmly walked to the top. He looked down at them and said, "Assfuckers, jackoffs, tittyfuckers, cocksuckers, and tuggies. I have a solution so that you can all have your natural rights fulfilled. Artificial insemination. Everybody, from now on, just save your spilled semen. Except for the assfuckers. You can just throw that shit away." I'm a little pissed at humanity. Human beings fucked up Earth. A whole planet trashed like a motel room on spring break. What a piece of work is the human being, noble in reason, infinite in faculty. Yet humans delight me not, nor do farm animals, though by your smiling I see that you seem to think so. Before we leave for Mars, I think humanity owes Earth an apology. And so, on behalf of all humanity, I wrote this letter. Dear Earth, I am truly sorry things ended this way. But in all honesty, I never made a commitment to our relationship. And you know, I've always had a wandering eye toward the stars. I'm sorry about destroying the forests, poisoning the oceans, and killing all of the animals. I hope we can still be friends. You can keep all of the stuff. I'm gonna make a new start, just taking what I can fit in my old Buick Riviera. Give my regards to the moon. Sincerely, Humanity. P.S. I'll try to drop by if I'm ever in your part of the solar system. Thanks for listening to my monologue. My name is Randy Niederman. Follow me on my quest to become a stand-up comic on Facebook at Zero to Funny. And don't forget to check out my novel, The Myth of Love. It's a mashup supernatural romance thriller, available on Amazon.